Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to understand the advanced aggregation in detail, and we are going to see many operators which we can use in aggregation. In our previous video, we looked over the match and the project operators in the aggregation. So without wasting any time, let us begin our video. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the advanced aggregation. Which is very much important if you are dealing with the MongoDB aggregation. So, so this is our group operator, which is similar to SQL group by to group the particular result sets with different fields. For example, let us take an example. So select count of emp.id, comma department from employees emp group by emp.department. So as you can see in this SQL statement, we have the count function used for counting the number of rows. And then we have the department. And this is our table employee. And we are using the group by statement to group the particular records with the help of departments. So as the result set, it will look like this. So we have department and we have the count. So I'm drawing a table. Let's say department is Salesforce. In Salesforce, we have 10 employees. And let's say in sales, we have 20. And let's say in DevOps department, we have 15 employees, and so on. So this is how the group by statement works in the SQL. Similarly, we can use this group by in our aggregation operator. So if I show you the syntax, it will look like this. First, we have the DB, and then we have the name of the collection dot aggregate, and we will have the nested document over here. So we will use this $sign group, and then we will have two fields. First one is the ID. How do you want to group your results using this aggregate? So this will be your field name. And if you don't want to group through any particular field, or you want to accumulate your result into a single value, then we will specify this as null. Okay. And then we will have the alias name, and what accumulator operator will be used in this group by, we are going to mention it here. So accumulator function or operator, and how through which field you want to accumulate your results, we are going to mention over here. And then we are going to close our documents, and we have closed our function. So this is how the syntax of the group look like. We have multiple operators to group our results. So we have sum, we have min, we have max, we have average, we have push, we have add to set, So these are some of the operators which we can use in our group by operators. So sum is used to accumulate the value as the sum. Min is used to calculate minimum value in the result. Max is used to calculate maximum value in the result. Average is used to calculate the average value in result. Now push is used to collect all the values within the array. So it is used in the aggregation, used to collect the values in the array. Duplication is allowed, and add to set operator is very much similar to push, but it is used to collect unique values in the array. Now we can see all these operators in action. So we can switch to our MongoDB compass. So we are back in our MongoDB compass, and let us take an example to understand the sum operator first in the aggregation. Okay. So first we will find all the records in this order history. So I have created some sample data. Total number of records we have 5, where each document contains category and the amount itself. So let me clear my screen, and we will use this aggregate method within the order history. So first we will use this group, and I will be using this underscore ID as null, and then we will use this alias name, total amount, and I will be using sum to compute the sum of all the amounts available in the document. So to use the field, I will be using this dollar sign first within the string quotes and the name of the field to give the reference to this aggregate method. And if I execute this statement, I will be getting the total amount of all the documents. We're using the amount. And let us clear the screen again. Now let me add another aggregate stage. So first I will be matching all those documents where category is electronics. Category is electronics, and then I will be computing the sum. So this will be the total amount where the category of the document is this sum. So I hope you are able to understand. Now, if I want to compute the sum category wise, so the statement will be same, but I need to give the reference of the category. So we are going to collect the sum category wise. So I have given the category field as the reference to the ID, and we have the total amount as the alias of the sum. So if I execute this, I will be getting the sum of the document category wise, where our first category is the books, and our second category is the electronics. So I hope you got the understanding on the sum operator. And now let us look at the min to compute the minimum value. So first we will go to order history and then aggregate, and I will be grouping again. So group for now underscore ID will be null to compute the minimum value from all the documents. So min amount as the alias and min as the amount. So the minimum amount is 40 among all the documents. Now, if I want to compute the minimum among the category, so I will be giving the reference of category field. So as you can see, among the books category, the minimum amount is this, and among the electronics category, the minimum amount is 450. Let me clear the screen. And similarly, we can compute for the maximum value. Instead of min, we can use this max operator, and then we can execute this statement. So, okay, so I need to change the alias. So we can change the alias as the max amount. And if you see the result, the maximum amount among the books is 100, and the maximum amount among the electronics is 1200. I hope you got the point. And if I want to compute the count of the document, let us see again. So we will use this db order history dot aggregate. Again, we will use this group. And for now, ID will be null. And if I want to count, and then we will use this sum. And if I want to count in this aggregate operation, then we will use this one for the sum. So if I execute this, there are a total number of 5 documents in our collection. And if I want to count category wise, so I will be giving the reference of the category in this ID category. So there are 2 documents of books and there are 3 documents of electronics. So this is how we compute count in our aggregation. Let me clear the screen again. And let us use this push. So db dot order history dot aggregate. So let us find the all the documents. So electronics and books. So what we can do is we can collect the amount of electronics category. So we can use this push operator. So order history dot aggregate. First, we will match our documents. Match category must be electronics. And then we will group our result. Group underscore ID null. And then amount array. Push. This will be amount. Okay. So my mistake, I haven't used this $sign group here. Now, if I execute this, so I will be getting all over the amounts available in the electronics. document where the category is electronics. Now we will see accuracy operator in the aggregation. So we will call this order history.aggregate method, and then we will pass our stage, and we will use this dollar sign group by group, and then we will use this alias, and we need to give the reference of the category field, and then we will have our amounts, and I'm going to group all the amounts of the category within the array, but the amount should be unique. So we will use this add to set, and we will give the reference of amount field. And if I execute this, so I am able to get two categories, electronics and the books, where this amounts field has the array of the amounts available in all the documents. And if you notice that I have the two documents with the same amount of 800, but with the help of add to set, I am getting only one instance of the amount, which is 800. So it will store only unique elements within the app. And we have two operators, the first and the last, to get. So the first one is to retrieve the first element, and the last is used to retrieve the last element using the aggregation. So we will see the first operator. First, we will use this aggregate. So I need to fetch the first item of the category. Let's say I want to group the documents as per category. So I will mention underscore ID with the reference of category. And then the first amount will be the alias. And I want to retrieve the first amount with this category. So first dollar sign amount. And if I execute this, so I will be retrieving the first instance of the document which is having the category books, and for the same electronics also. Now, if I clear my screen and let me use for the last element. So here we will change the alias. So this will be last amount. And here we are going to use this last to retrieve the last instance of the document. So I am able to retrieve the last instance of this book category, and similarly for the electronics also. So these are the operators which we can use in our group stage. Now let us look at the lookup operator within the aggregation. So it is very much similar to SQL left join, where we connect two tables within the query using the join statement. So we can take an example to understand the joins in the SQL to get clear understanding of the lookup based upon the SQL analogy. So we have taken this two table, employee and the department, where employee contains ID, name, designation, and the department ID. And department ID is having the foreign key of the departments table with the ID column. So this can be connected like this. And if I try to fetch the department name within the employee query, it will look like this. So we will write our query like this. So select emp.id, emp.name, comma dept.name from employee emp left join departments dept on emp.name department ID is equal to dept dot ID. So if I execute this SQL statement, then I will be returning as emp.id, emp.name, and dept.name. Let's say I first fetch the Joe details. So Joe belongs to front end. And let's say if second I fetch David. So David again belongs to front end. And let's say there is no reference of the department ID in the MLE row. Or you can say there is null in the department ID. So if I fetch the MLE's record, they will be null in the department name. So instead of not showing the MLE's record, they will be null value in the department name. So this is how left join works. So similarly, lookup will also perform the joins with the other documents. So let us look at the syntax of the lookup. First, we will use our collection. Then we will use the aggregate method. Then we will pass our stage. So here we will be using the lookup, and within this lookup document, we are going to pass the four fields. First, where you need to fetch the other details of the document. So other document reference. So here will be the name of the other document, other collection. Sorry. So this will be collection, not the document. And the local field where you are applying the aggregation. So name of the local field, and through which field you want to apply the lookup. So we need to pass the foreign field of lookup collection. It is just like you are applying the joins on the another field. And then if you fetch the results using the lookup, then how do you want to give this name? So S will be the alias name within the aggregation zone. So these are the four attributes which we need to specify within the lookup. And then we close our aggregation method. So this is the basic syntax of the lookup stage within the aggregation. And we can take an example to understand the lookup more properly. So we will switch to MongoDB Compass. So we are into our MongoDB Compass, and let us query for the order lookup dot find. So I have created two collections for you, which is the order lookup, and I have created another collection, user lookup. So as you can see, this is the document within the user, which contains name, city, and the country. And within the order, we have the primary key of the user's lookup document. So let us apply the aggregation using the lookup. So I want to fetch the user details within the order lookup. Let us use this aggregate, and let us use this lookup. So let us tell from which collection you want to apply the lookup. So I want to apply the lookup on the user lookup collection, and the local field of the order lookup. So it will be the user ID, and then the foreign field, and on which field of the user lookup you want to apply the lookup. So this will be underscore ID. And what should be the name of the field when you retrieve the data from another collection? So this will be, let's say, user details. Now, if I execute this, so as you can see, I have the order lookup document, and I'm able to extract a new field which is user details. And within this user detail, I am able to fetch the data related to this user ID. And one thing to be noted that we always retrieve the array when I apply this $sign lookup operator. So to flatten this result into single document, we can use this unwind operator. So let us look at the unwind operator, which is generally used to destructure the array fields into the individual documents. So it is heavily used to destructure the array into the single document whenever we apply the lookup in our aggregation. So let us see the syntax of the unwind. So this will be our stage, and we will use this unwind operator. So here we need to mention the field onto which we want to unwind. So this will be $sign is compulsory to give the reference of the field, and this will be the field name, and we will be using like this within the aggregate method. And it also has the extended syntax if I want to apply. So let's say this is $sign and I need to give the path. So path will be same like this $sign field and include array index. So do I need to include the index of the array within the aggregation result? So if I want to give the index, I will be specifying like this IDX. Otherwise, I will omit this field. And last one is preserve null and empty array. Either it will be true or false. So I will be closing the stage like this, and this will be our complete syntax. So let us see in the MongoDB compass to understand the unwind in action. So let us see the unwind in action. So we are inside our MongoDB compass, and we will be using the Mongo shell. So if you have seen this user lookup, so we have all the documents within this collection with the name, city, and country. Similarly, we have the order lookup where we have the user ID, the product which he has purchased, and the amount of the order. Now let us apply the aggregation on the order lookup, and then we will use this aggregate. And if I see there is a group, so I will be applying this. So I will be applying the lookup. So onto which field, which collection I want to apply lookup. So it will be user lookup. And I need to mention the local field. So this will be user ID and foreign field into the another collection to which field I want to refer. So that would be underscore ID, and I will be giving the alias to this result. So this will be user details. And if I execute this, I will be able to fetch the order as well as the user details to the particular order using this user ID. Now, if you see there is the array instead of the single document. So I want to destructure this array into the single document, as you can see. So I will be clearing my screen and I will be applying another stage in this pipeline. So this will be like unwind, and the field which I want to destructure is user details. So I know that there is only a single element within the array. So if I execute this, I will be able to extract the document and I am not getting the array instead of the document. So unwind is used to destructure the arrays into the individual documents. So this is the common use case for using the unwind. Now let us look at the last operator in our aggregation pipeline. So we have the sort and the limit. So as you know that sort is used to sort our aggregation result either in ascending or in descending order. So it is very much similar to order by statement in our SQL. So order by our field name and then ascending or descending as per our choice. And limit is used to limit the number of documents in our aggregation result. Instead of retrieving the whole collection, we are limiting up to number of documents for better performance or as per requirement. So it is similar to limit, then up to how many documents I want to fetch. So this will be the result. Now let us see how to use this sort. Let's say we have our aggregation pipeline and then I will be applying sort. Now within this sort, I have field one. Now if I want to apply sorting in ascending order, I will be specifying one. If I want to apply sorting in descending order, I will be specifying -1. Similarly for field 2, so I can apply multiple fields for sorting 1/-1, and then my stage is closed within the aggregation pipeline. Now limit works in a similar fashion. So I will be applying limit and then number of documents which I want to retrieve. Let's say I want to retrieve only 10 documents. So let's say this is our combination. First, the result will be sorted in either ascending or descending order. Then I am limiting the number of documents up to 10. So this will be our complete aggregation pipeline. Now let us see this example in our compass. Now we are in our MongoDB compass and we will be understanding the sort and the limit within the aggregation. So let us fetch our orders. So I have created the collection and within the collection we have a number of documents. So if I fetch, I have several documents and each document contains the customer, product, category, price, and quantity. So let us clear the screen and we will apply our sorting first. So db dot orders dot aggregate, and first we will apply the sort. Let us apply the sort by price. Let us sort our aggregation result in descending order. So we are able to sort our documents in descending order with the help of the price field. Now I want to apply the sorting first, price in the ascending order, and then the quantity in the descending order. So let us see what will be the result. Now, as you can see, first I have sorted the price in ascending order, and then I am able to sort the quantity in descending order. So this is the sort in the aggregation. Now I want to fetch this result up to 5 documents, or let's say the top 3 documents. So I will be using this limit, and I need to mention how many documents I need to fetch. So only top 3 documents I will be retrieving in the aggregation result. So this is how sort and limits work. Now let us clear the screen and let's have a look at the example to understand all those concepts which we have seen in this video. So let us take some 2 to 3 examples to understand aggregation in the real time examples. So I have this enrollments dot find. So I am fetching all those enrollments within this collection, and each enrollment contains the enrollment ID, student ID, course ID, enrolled at, status, and the progress at in the grade. So let us clear the screen, and first we will apply our aggregation. So aggregate, first we will apply match. So status should be in progress, and then we will apply our second stage, group. So in the ID, I will be mentioning the underscore ID, or you can say student ID, and let's say I want to fetch max progress, max. So progress at dollar sign. So I will be fetching the student ID which is having the maximum progress. So if I execute, so I am getting maximum progress of multiple students. So this is was the group by. And if I remove this student ID and apply null, I will be getting the max progress in all over the enrollments collection. Now let us apply the lookup within this collection. So db.enrollment aggregate. So match status should be in progress. And so we are removing this group. Okay. And then we will apply lookup. So from students, so we will be applying local field as student ID, and foreign field will be same as student ID, and alias of the result as detail, student details, and then we will be applying our third stage, which is unwind. So here I will be mentioning student details, and let us apply the limit. So I can say I can sort So sort progress at -1. So I will be sorting by descending order, and then I will be applying limit. So up to 3 documents I will be retrieving in this aggregation result. So if I execute this, I'm able to fetch all those enrollment with the student details, and I have sorted this by progress at descending order. So as you can see, it is sorted in descending order, and I'm retrieving only 3 documents in this result. So this is one example which you can apply for the aggregation. So I think I should end this video with this example. So if you have any doubt in this video, or if you want to understand each operator in depth, you can comment out and I can reply your answer accordingly. And please share this video among your friends so that they would be able to know about the aggregation operators which they can use in their pipelines to fetch better results. And please subscribe to my channel for upcoming technical videos and the lecture related to MongoDB. And I will be uploading videos on Java and system design. You can comment down what kind of videos do you want in my channel. So I will be uploading accordingly. So thank you for watching the video and I will see you next time.